Hello everyone, today I'm going to make a short tutorial about the plugin that I have released 3 months ago. Its name is TugMoveEffect. I have loaded a sample loop here. Yeah. And now I'm opening TugMoveEffect. As you can see, it has a new GUI design. In this section, in the right top corner, we have effect pool, and there are 30 different effects. And this area that say drag effects here is, as you might guess, where you can drag and drop the effects with your mouse. And using the drop box, you can choose how the orange object moves through the structure. There is manual mode, sequential mode, periodic movement, and bouncing movement. I will explain later. And now let me show, for example, the repeater effect. Yeah. Yes, I start the playback now. As you can hear, there is a trigger timer and a repeater, how many times it repeats. Now let's look into the sync mode. It will be much more explanatory. I switched trigger timer, as you can see, you can hear, and the repeat timer. The blue light means it reset the start position, and the purple means the repeat timer. The dry liquid slider determines how much the dry signal will be applied to the black area. It's a kind of mix, but slightly different. Yeah, triple repeating. Yeah, I'm just experimenting a bit. Some of the results are quite noticeable. Well, of course, this is just a small example of what the plugin can do. I just felt like playing around with it a little bit. What I can do next? Let me... Yes, here in every 2 beats it reset the loop, and every beat is divided to 4 here, for example. Yes, now what I can do next, I want to try the musical types of repeater. Yes, we have notes. Yes, in this type of, so I can change the retriggering period. For example, here 8-beat types of retriggering. Yeah. Yes, you can apply some type of musical approach. And coverage is, of course, one of the most important features. I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. And the volume. Yep. Now I'm going to try something different. I will add a ring modulator and try to create a different kind of effect with it. Yes, I'm changing the note value. And another one. Now we have 3 ring modulators. I'm also changing its note value. Alright, now I'd like to show you the bouncing feature. I never forget the very first code I ever wrote on the Sinclair Spectrum in BASIC was a bouncing object. I was a little kid back then, and years have passed, and here I'm doing it again. Looks like I haven't made much more progress after all in coding. Yeah. Alright, now I'm clicking the pinball button. To make things a bit much more chaotic, I added a collision feature so that the object can bounce off effects. Let me add a bit of reverb and try it in a smoother and more ambient setting. You can enable and disable this collision option from the top left corner of each effect. Of course, this only happens when pinball mode is on. Now let's try a few more things. I'm just throwing in a bunch of effects, totally random. Whatever feels right. Let's see if something interesting comes out of this. And I'm adding the non-effect box. And you will see what it is useful for later. Yes, I'm building a wall. For some reason, those games just come to mind. Yes, breakout. Ah. Yes, I feel that I'm getting something interesting finally. Yeah, all right. Now it's time for periodic feature. The periodic window is activated. Yes, is a sinusoidal types of movement for x and y coordinates. If you change the phase, you can create a circular types of movement. And you can also sync the periodic structure for x and y axis separately. Um, Yeah. Now let's move on the sequential mode. Here you can use Control left mouse click to drag and drop. You can place the box wherever you want. You can move the box just with the left mouse button, and if you hold Control plus left click mouse, you can duplicate them and move them. No, not a copy of them. I mean, not move. Yeah, I can smooth the transition in between boxes. If you notice, in the empty boxes, the sound continues with whatever the last effect was. For this, I added a new button, the S button, which stands for silence. When this is enabled, the empty boxes will produce silence instead. Now, I would like to show you some different ways you can use the none box. And that green text shows the length of the sequential section in beats, and this way you can mathematically align and adjust your loop properly. As I mentioned earlier, the black areas let the dry signal come through the via dry leakage control. By using the none box, we get the chance to move into those areas, and this way, in sequential mode, we can occasionally hear the dry signal in between the effects. Time to get a little weird. Honestly, I tried to design the plugin's GUI in a way that shows how everything works at first glance, what it does and how it behaves without hiding anything. There is no secret magic button, everything is clear and transparent. And if you have any question or suggestion for improvements, feel free to write them in the comments. Thanks everyone and peace.